Hello, everyone. I hope you are well. Nice to see you. Sorry about my stripes. This is because in my room I've got these lovely blinds and it's such a beautiful sunny day that the sun's shining through. So it looks like I've got a stripy face, but I haven't really. Anyway, the sign behind me, come in, we're open. Well, obviously, we're open. School's been open for a long time. But it's good to see that other shops are open now and things are slowly but surely getting back to what we'd like them to be like. Um, Not there yet, but slowly. So that's good. And you might have been to a shop in the last week. You might have been out, been into town or something, done something like that. Also, we had some quite sad news over the holiday. Prince Philip, the Queen's husband, passed away. And they'd been married for 73 years. So they've been together for 73 years. So for her, it must be a massive thing not to have him in her life. It's very sad. But in a way, he had a long life. 99 is a good age to live till. Um, I've been hearing things as well in the press about the sea and about oceans and about how the oceans have in this last year they've been really quiet because of the pandemic, and they're interested to see what that is, the impact that's going to have on marine life, because marine life at the moment it takes a bit of a battering from human activity. What with all the boats and the noise that they produce and all the fishing that goes on, and the way that we transport things around the world. So there's lots of things happen in the sea, which we don't really think have an impact, but it might have had a significant impact. And so it'd be interesting to see what's happened when they haven't been there, because in the pandemic, the amount of activity in the sea has gone down. Human activity in the sea has gone down significantly. Anyway, I'd like to share a book with you today. It's called Once Upon a Mermaid's Tale by Beatrice Blue. It's got wonderful illustrations. And let's get started. I'm going to just get myself out of the way because I don't need to be the centre of attention. The book does. Once Upon a Mermaid's Tale by Beatrice Blue. Once upon a magic lagoon, there lived a boy named Theodore. Theodore had a little boat and a big passion. And look at that. What a great picture. How many different sorts of animals can you spot? He collected fish. He had golden fish, spotty fish, colourful fish, and some big fish too. Theodore loved to see the way their scales shimmered in the sunlight like jewels. You see all his fish in his room. Get my pointer. Everywhere you look, there's fish of different sorts. Loads of them. Every week, Theodore would take his little boat and go searching for new fish to take home with him. One day, sailing through the waters, he found something truly special. It was the most beautiful creature he'd ever seen. But as he was picking it up, a loud, booming voice said, "Leave her, Theodore. She belongs to the ocean." Theodore did not know who had spoken, but he did know that he couldn't bear to leave the creature behind. He had to have her for his collection. On the way home, Theodore heard the voice again. "Put her back, Theodore. She belongs to the ocean." But again, he ignored it. Why should he put her back? He knew that he would take very good care of her. "I will call you Ocean," he said, as he dropped the creature into her new tank, where he could see her always. Every morning and every night, Theodore checked on Ocean. But as the days went by, something terrible happened. Ocean got weaker and weaker and paler, until one day she stopped moving entirely. Theodore didn't understand. "What's happened to her?" he cried. Then the booming voice answered, "I am the voice of the ocean. That is where the creature belongs. We told you, but you did not listen, and now her shell is broken." Theodore felt his heart shrink. Ocean was hurt, and it was his fault. He had to take her back to the lagoon where he had found her. The water was very angry, but gathering all of his courage, Theodore took the deepest breath he could, and then he jumped in. Underwater, all the other fish were gone. The plants were lifeless. Everything was silent and still, especially Ocean. Theodore held his breath and waited, and waited, and waited, but Ocean didn't wake up. Theodore gulped. Maybe it was too late. Maybe she couldn't survive without her shell. "I'm sorry, Ocean," he whispered. Then suddenly, from behind the rocks, a golden fish approached Ocean and gave her one of his precious scales. After him, another spotty fish did the same thing. Every colourful creature came out of their hiding spot to give Ocean a scale, and the biggest fish gathered huge shells to lay around her until, with a swirl full of magic and spirals of wonder, Ocean woke up. She was still the most beautiful creature Theodore had ever seen, though she didn't have a shell. Instead, she had a wonderful tail. Theodore saw how happy Ocean was to be back in the ocean, and he knew what he had to do. Oh, look, he's got all his bottles, all his jars. You can see that he's got all his jars, and there they are on the beach, and he's let all his fish go. From that day on, all mermaids have tales to remind us of something very important, that we must always take care of all animals and creatures, letting them live safely with their families in the wild where they belong. And that's the last page. What a great last page. So that's the story. I hope you enjoyed it. It's good food for thought, though, isn't it? And thinking about making sure that we do look after our surroundings, have respect, show respect to it, and that we have a responsibility to make sure that our planet is well looked after. And hopefully, you growing up, you're the people who are going to do it the best, I think, because my generation, we're not doing a very good job of it at the moment. Anyway, a few things that are going on around school. The crows have nested. They have nested in the conservation area. They're at the top of one of the silver birch trees. Those are the trees that have got like a silvery bark. And at the very top of the tree, you can see that there's a nest up there. You can see it at the moment because the leaves aren't fully out. But when the leaves are fully out, you can't see it. And so it's best to get a look now. I've also noticed that when you look around the school, some of the trees in the distance, you can see magpies' nests. There's a few magpies that are nesting around. And I've been told by some of the children that the wood pigeons, they've nested as well. So we've got some wood pigeons nesting. We normally as well have some blue tits nesting. And I know where they normally nest, so I'll have a look to see if they're there. So it's very exciting that we have all these animals living in and around our school. And we need to make sure that they are happy and well looked after. Okay, I'm going to stop talking now. It's great to have you all back. Have a lovely day, and I'll see you all around school. Take care. Bye. See you. Bye. 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 Bye.